Today I want to go over a couple of items that I picked up this year that I'm really excited about. And as you're going to see, there are a lot of Japanese items on the list. And that's because I picked up my first pair of Japanese denim this year, and I've been really looking forward to try different manufacturers from Japan. The first item is this beautiful pair of fatigue trousers in an ecru color, and it's by a brand called Burgus Plus. And that's the house brand of Hinoya. If you're into Japanese menswear, then you're probably familiar with Hinoya, because I think they can be pretty much considered an institution when it comes to Japanese heritage menswear. They've been around for decades, and they have 4 stores in Japan, and then of course their online store that serves the international audience. The only downside with Japanese menswear is that all of the items sell out incredibly quick. And this was also the case with this pair of fatigue trousers here, because of course the classic olive color is the most desired ones. And when I was looking at them, all of them were completely sold out. So instead I went for this ivory ecru color, which I think is an excellent choice as well. And I decided to go with size 40, which is their biggest size, because everything fits pretty much perfectly. The only thing is that the trousers are really long, and that's a pretty easy fix at the alterations tailor. And one thing that I really like about them is that even though it's such a light color, the fabric is substantial enough that it's still not transparent. But at the same time, the fabric is still pretty light, so I can still wear them in spring and in summer. And Burgus Plus has a lot of great options available. I really like their chambray shirts and also, of course, their denim jackets. The next item is also by Hinoya, and it's actually a collaboration between Hinoya and Kamakura shirts. I'm a big fan of Kamakura shirts because I think for the price, they're one of the best brands out there. You get some really good quality shirts. And this is of course the case again in this collaboration. The fabric is a pretty soft savage denim that has a nice worn-in look. It's a button-down shirt with a nice collar roll. I also like the rust or orange color, the stitching around the buttonholes. The only thing is that the forearms are a little bit on the slimmer side. And I don't have really big arms. So if you're someone that's very muscular, then this shirt might not be the right fit for you. Another item that I'm really excited about is this Western belt by Adriano Meneghetti. Now, I've been looking for Western belts on the secondhand market for a very long time, but I was never able to find one in my size. They were typically a lot smaller, so I decided to pull the trigger and I bought this model right here. It's in a beautiful dark brown suede and it has a very substantial brass buckle. I mean, this thing is heavy. It really has quite some weight to it. I like that it's about 1 inch in the front, so about 25 millimeters, and then it gets a little bit wider at the back. And it's an absolutely beautiful belt for casual outfits. Another item that I've been really enjoying lately is this tote bag here in dark brown suede by Bleu de Chauffe. Now, I know that tote bags are not everybody's cup of tea. Every time I post anything with a tote bag, there are always quite a lot of comments saying that they absolutely hate them. And I also have a couple of friends who would never want to be seen wearing a tote bag. But if you like tote bags, I think this is one of the nicest ones on the market. It's incredibly versatile, and that's due to the rough texture of the suede, which makes it perfect for casual outfits. But then again, because of the darker brown color and also the way that it's designed, it works really well even with a lot of business casual looks. As always, everything that I've seen from Bleu de Chauffe so far has been of very high quality, and I think that the bag looks a lot better in person than it does on the photos. Just keep in mind that because it's entirely made of suede, it's very soft and it doesn't have any internal structure. So the structure comes once you add items to the bag. Another item that I found pretty interesting are these Belgian loafers here by Crown Northampton. They're part of their jazz collection, which is a very interesting shoe collection for casual wear. And the reason why I picked this particular one is because I really like the interesting texture that it has on the top. It just adds a lot of visual interest to your outfits. But because it's only on the top, I think it's not overly flamboyant, especially because the rest of the shoe is in a solid color, dark brown suede. Because of the Vibram rubber sole, they are very comfortable, and I like to wear them with jeans or with fatigue trousers just to add a little bit of an interesting touch to an outfit. Especially if you have an outfit that's very simple, for example dark jeans and a navy t-shirt, I think it just can add an interesting touch to the look. The next item is again by Hinoya, and it's their satin crewneck sweatshirt. As you can tell, this is a vintage-inspired sweatshirt. It has the double V gussets, and it's perfect for a casual style. I went with an oatmeal color because I think it's very easy to wear and to style. Much easier than white in my opinion. But another great option could be this light gray color here, which again is also very versatile. Because the sweatshirt has a soft brushed lining, it's incredibly comfortable to wear. Again, it's a pretty minimal design. There's only a very small Hinoya logo on the left sleeve. The next item is by Big John, and it's the SL Vintage Loose Straight. It's definitely the widest pair of trousers that I own, and probably also the widest that I would ever go when it comes to leg opening. It's a 10.6 inch leg opening, so that's roughly 27 centimeters, and that makes it incredibly comfortable. But I think for me, it's right on the edge where it still looks good, but a little bit more than that, and it would definitely be too much. But as it is right now, it fits absolutely perfectly. It drapes beautifully, and that's because of the wider fit and also because it has a higher rise. And because it's a 12-ounce fabric, it's pretty lightweight and comfortable. I decided to style it here with a white corduroy short jacket, and then beneath I have the Kamakura and Hinoya denim shirt, and I have a pair of black penny loafers. I think this is a really nice spring outfit, and it's outfit number 1. The other outfit is very simple and casual, and in this case I just wore a t-shirt with it and then a jungle jacket on top. The next item has been sort of a missing link in my wardrobe. I really like to keep a relatively minimal capsule wardrobe, and when it comes to ties, I think there's almost no better tie than a navy grenadine tie. Of course, if you can find it on the secondhand market, that's usually ideal because you'll be able to find ties for $20 or less. But I've been looking now for a couple of years and I haven't been able to find a navy grenadine tie. And I really wanted to have one tie that I can bring anywhere, no matter the season, and with pretty much any sport jacket. And that's why I decided to purchase this navy grenadine tie by Kamakura. Also because I bought a Kamakura tie previously and I know that their ties are very well made. They're not cheap, but they're also not overly expensive. And I'm very happy with this purchase. It feels quite substantial, and I think this is going to last me many, many years to come. The next item is one that I've been eyeing for quite some time, and that's a classic jungle jacket. I think one of the coolest design features of jungle jackets are these slanted chest pockets. I think it just looks so much more interesting than the classic straight pockets. And of course, because jungle jackets are typically relatively light, they're also perfect for spring and summer. This jacket right here is by Rickson, again supplied through the Hinoya store, and it's made from 100% cotton poplin and feels very lightweight. I decided to style it here with the fatigue trousers from before, and I think it's an incredibly versatile jacket. And it's going to look even better when it ages and it develops a little bit of patina. This tote bag right here, also from Bleu de Chauffe, is a lot more casual than the previous one, and it also has these embroidered patches from various regions in France on the front. I like it because the navy color makes it very versatile, but then the burgundy strap just adds a nice and interesting touch to the bag. I think it's perfect for a day at the beach or in the park, something very casual in spring and in summer. This bag is made from cotton canvas and vegetable tanned leather, and it has a lot more structure than the previous one. And for me, I like to wear this with really casual outfits. Another shoe that I really like from the Jazz collection is the Turner apron shoe, because I think it has such a nice slouchy vibe that's very relaxed and great for casual outfits. These come in 4 different colors, but my personal favorite are the black calf option and the dark brown suede. I think both of these are just very versatile and they work with quite a lot of items. They're very comfortable again because of the Vibram sole, and as with all shoes from Crown Northampton, they are made in Northampton, England. And one thing that's interesting is also that they offer a resoling service if the shoes are really in need of a repair. And then the last item on the list are these sunglasses here by Shinzo Tamura. When I first saw these glasses, I thought they looked incredibly cool because they have such a nice vintage vibe, especially in the option granite or peridot. Now, one thing that's interesting about the lenses that they use is that they hardly change anything about the way you see the world. You know, with a lot of sunglasses, it gets really dark, or also the colors, they become very unsaturated. And with the lenses here, there's just a tiny little shift in my opinion. They are made in Osaka, Japan by a family-run business who've been making sunglasses since 1938. And I'm definitely going to bring them on my trip to Germany in a couple of weeks to visit family back home. Gentlemen, I know this was a pretty long video. I hope I wasn't rambling too much. I would love to hear if there are any items that you bought in the past year that you really enjoy and why. Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and see you next week.